Hope you're doing well. I'm going live a little early. Tomorrow is shaping up to be action packed. So I'm going live today for you. And the glare on my glasses drive me crazy. Sorry. One of my gals was asking specifically about hidden salt and hidden sugar in food. So I thought, other people might be interested in that. So we're going to dive deep into that. So we're going to do salt first, but before I start, I do want to say I work with a naturopathic doctor and had a similar question years and years ago about hidden sugar and salt. And I actually consulted with the naturopath, and she told me, generally speaking, you don't worry about salt. That doesn't tend to be the problem. Sugar, on the other hand, is. So, with that in mind, though, because I was specifically asked, I will discuss salt, but again, focus more on the sugar as that seems to be more of a culprit for bloating, um, getting more calories than you want, weight plateaus, that kind of thing. So when we talk about sodium, um, hidden salts can be in soups, condiments like soy sauce, ketchup, and deli meat has a lot of salt. And I'm going to post an article I found this morning that says 30 foods high in sodium and what to eat instead. So you all might find that interesting. I also Googled like standards for the amount of salt you should get. Ideally 1,500 milligrams a day, no more than 2,300 milligrams a day. And if you're logging your food, you can get your salt stats off of MyFitnessPal. So let's talk about sugar, and we're talking about added sugar, not natural sugars from fruit. This is sugars that are added to your foods. So particularly high sugar content usually is in dressings. Now, I like to go to Farm Boy. Their dressings are spectacular. You look at the ingredient list, if there's sugar added, it's very low in the list. The higher, I'll talk about ingredient lists in a sec. Ketchup super high. I remember getting ready for the bodybuilding competition, and it was some months out, so they did allow me a little bit of leniency, but I was not allowed ketchup. And it's because of the sugar. Barbecue sauce, same thing. Sodas and sports drinks, of course, you guys know that. Pasta sauces are super high in sugar. I make my own. It's super quick. It takes like 15, 20 minutes. It's Spanish marinara pasta sauce with olives. It's the bomb. Cereals. I am not a cereal girl. I don't think anybody should be eating cereal. It's all refined. It often contains a lot of sugar. I'll make a homemade granola, or I'll buy a granola and put it on my yogurt. Yogurt can be a problem, particularly if you're eating vanilla yogurt or fruit on the bottom yogurt. Like, check out the sugar in that. It's super high. So I'll get plain. I will add my own honey, my own blueberries. So I will add a natural sugar to it. And you're not getting those artificial sweeteners. Baked goods, as we know, canned fruit. I don't know why anyone would eat canned fruit unless, it was a special occasion and the recipe called for it. I can't remember the last time. Oh, I might have bought, the last time I bought canned fruit was probably pineapple to make muffins years ago. I can't remember the last time I bought canned fruit. Okay. Also, when I worked with the naturopath, she wanted me to create a document that listed all the other names for sugar. And let me know if you want that document. Um, I rarely add sugar to my meals. But so I had to Google the American Heart Association recommended no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar per day. So if you're looking at your ingredient list, there are 4 grams of sugar per teaspoon. Did I say 6 teaspoons or 6 grams? Let me start that again. I had to Google the American Heart Association limited 6 teaspoons a day for women. There are 4 grams sorry guys, it's time for me to eat, brain fog. 4 grams of sugar per teaspoon. So that's like 24 grams a day. All right. So this is what you do to limit your sodium and sugar. Stay away from those foods we listed. Check the ingredient list. I've talked about ingredient lists and how to read labels. So turn it over. The closer the ingredient is to the front of the list, the more there is. So if sugar's in the top 3 or 4, there's a lot of sugar in there. You can do that. That's just simple. If it's at the bottom, probably not so much. Um, I will send you that list of names for sugar so that you can check the ingredient list against those names. Cook at home. That's the best way to eliminate. Like I said, I make my pasta myself, super simple. I often, if I am baking, I often substitute refined sugar with coconut sugar. It's less refined, it doesn't spike your insulin, or brown sugar, but I use coconut sugar. Use herbs and spices instead of salts and sugars when you're cooking. And that's my tips for you. I hope this helps. Let me know if you've got questions. Post questions in the comments. Tag me so I don't miss them. Have a great week, you guys, and I'll see you next. Bye.